days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
All right. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory Mascari here from Bozeman, Montana, but I'm actually speaking to you this afternoon here from Kauai on the North Shore near Hanalei Bay, and that's the view from my lanai that I have behind me here. It's actually a still picture, but if I were to carry the computer out to the lanai, that it would look just the same. It's pretty wonderful here. I'm glad to be able to be with you across time and space, so to say, and welcome to the Power of the Patch. We're going to talk about this unique patented breakthrough in wearable light technology. Before we do, I think there's a couple of primary things we can agree on. Number one, health is our greatest wealth. I'm sure we can all agree with that. If you've ever been on the verge of losing it, you know what I mean. And number two, certainly the symptoms of aging and disease are not fun, whether it's dental issues or headaches or memory, cognitive functions, joint functions, skin or coronary issues. All these symptoms of aging and disease are not fun. And we found that the older that you get, the faster you age and the slower you heal due to a natural decline in our body's number one repair systems, and that's stem cells. By the age 30, they've decreased by about 50%. And by the time you're 60, only a small percentage of these precious stem cells remain in our body. Now, if you think back, remember when you could work all day, party all night, get up again tomorrow and do it again? Well, those were the days, my friend, and we did think they'd never end. But as we age, we start feeling some of those symptoms. Well, I've got, a realization I came to. I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older, and that's younger. So let me ask you two personal questions to kind of kick things off. Number one, if you could change one thing in your health, if there's one thing you could change for yourself or for somebody you love and care for, what would it be? And if you could change that, what impact would reducing or eliminating that issue have on yours or their quality of life? Now, with that being said, I do want to mention that our LifeWay products are not designed or intended to heal, treat, cure, diagnose any disease. They do, however, get our bodies back into a healthier, more regenerative mode, and wonderful things then start to happen. So let me ask, if there was an affordable way to change the trajectory of your aging so you could look, feel, and live younger longer, would you be interested? Well, the good news is our wearable light technology patch is truly a historic breakthrough in holistic health. It's patented, it's a wearable patch technology, affordable, safe, non-invasive, and drug-free. It's a unique form of phototherapy which uses very specific frequencies of light to increase and improve your health and wellness while supporting your body's innate ability to heal itself. I'm going to play for you just a little short video that goes into a little detail about this wonderful breakthrough science and technology.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, Infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor. LifeWave. Live long. Live well.
Well, isn't that beautiful? Short and to the point. So let's talk about the power of the patch. Just to reiterate, it's based on the science of photobiomodulation, and LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. And when they're applied or near your body, they're activated by the infrared body heat or light of our body, and then they begin to re-emit very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in our body. And this is the basis of our LifeWave phototherapy patches. Another way of exemplifying how our products work is the sun story. And as you may know, when you go out in the sun, there's a very specific frequency of light from the sun that causes our body to make vitamin D. You don't get a download of vitamin D from the sun. You get a frequency download from the sun, and your body responds and makes vitamin D. There's another frequency that causes our body to make melanin, which is the chemical that gives us a suntan. Well, LifeWave's patented technology is based on the same rock-solid, widely accepted scientific principle. Let's talk just briefly about the background of our company. It's a 20-year-old pioneer in wellness technologies. And back in 2000, this amazing life-enhancing technology was originally developed by David Schmidt, our founder and CEO and inventor, exclusively for the use of U.S. Navy SEALs to increase their battle-ready strength, stamina, and performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. In 2004, David founded LifeWave to bring this amazing technology to the masses. In 2010, they established their global manufacturing, international distribution, and IT and customer service in Ireland. And I'm happy to tell you, in this year of 2024, we opened our new global headquarters in Draper, Utah, a showcase facility here to serve LifeWave's expansion all throughout the world. We're currently doing distribution over 80 countries from our 16 global distribution centers. This is our founder and CEO, David Schmidt. And David is not only a brilliant scientist and researcher, David's an incredible genius inventor with over 135 patents, and he's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 24 years. David's already conducted over 80 clinical studies proving the efficacy of our LifeWave products, and many more studies are always in the works because we are a very science-based company and with a science-focused founder and CEO. 14 years ago, our focus began in the field of anti-aging and regenerative science. And back in 2019, LifeWave released the X39, which is really for us, the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration, truly an affordable and a historic breakthrough in wellness technology. We're actually doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma has not been able to do. And when used in conjunction with proper nutrition and hydration, X39 has been proven to activate a specific copper peptide that supports and enhances our stem cell activity while also altering gene expression towards a more younger and more vibrant you. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies and field results proving X39 is actually turning back our biological clock, helping people of all ages to look, feel, perform, and live younger. And we are very committed to this mission. This is a copy of our patent for the X39 product issued in July of 2020, which notes that the product's beneficial effects to a human body, such as activation of your stem cells. So let's talk about some of the benefits that you might experience if you choose to try the X39 patch. And the first is energy, which is the currency of life, and using it daily increases cellular energy. And you'll probably notice that from the very first day, feeling less fatigued. How about better quality sleep? And using X39 leads to an improvement in the quality of sleep. And also, people report their sleep is deeper and longer. And sports performance. Using X39 improves both sports performance and drastically reduces recovery after exercise. In fact, some X39 users over the age of 50 have reported feeling stronger and more fit than they were back in their 20s and 30s. LifeWave patches are now used by pro and amateur athletes around the world in almost every sport. The medias begin to notice, you know what, you might too, if you look very carefully on their bodies and you see these auspicious little white patches, and that's the LifeWave technology. How about pain relief? Most people notice a reduction in pain within minutes of the application, and truly the pain relieving benefits of X39 have to be experienced to be believed. And how about brain health? Many report improved memory, focus, and cognitive function, and that's backed up by our clinical studies. And wound healing. X39 actually helps us support the natural wound healing process, and many people report wound healing times cut in sometimes half, whether it's an accident, an owie, a skin knee, or a minor or major surgical procedure. The wound healing benefits really are amazing. Here's an example. Look at these results. Here, the first guy on the left, the skin rejuvenation in only 8 weeks, about 2 months. Look at the difference in the color of his skin and even the light in his eyes. And, after 4.5 months, the second picture here, you can see, the difference in this woman's, neck, cheek, lips, cheeks, very, very significant. And this gentleman on the right fell through an attic while working in the attic, fell through the roof while working in an attic, broke 6 ribs and punctured a lung. Needless to say, he was in extreme pain. You can see on June 17th, when the accident happened, he wasn't looking too good. On June 23rd, you can see the rapid healing occurring. And on June 30th, which is less than, a little over 3 weeks, 2 weeks later, he's looking really good, and he was back to work in only 3 weeks. Here's a picture. Karen had to have some radiation treatment on her face on June 6, 2021. On June 10th, you can see the result of the radiation wasn't looking too good. June 17th, she's starting to look a little better. June 23rd, it's like, wow, this is pretty significant. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 30th, oh my gosh, you can barely tell that anything ever happened to her. So this is an example of the wonderful benefits of using LifeWave X39. Another is wrinkle reduction. And unlike pain reduction, it doesn't happen almost immediately, but over a period of 8 to 12 weeks, you'll notice a significant difference. We encourage people to take pictures of your fine lines and wrinkles, and even some of your scars, because there's a phenomenon called remodeling, which reduces the appearance of scars. So take before and after pictures. You'll be quite delighted. And finally, hair growth. We have lots of anecdotal reports from many users that have experienced an increase in the quality, quantity, and speed of hair growth, and some people are getting their old color back. So bottom line, it's youth renewal. The results is a better, healthier, more vital you to enjoy life with you and your loved ones, your family. And aging's not the number of candles on the cake. Aging is about how you feel to enjoy life. So what are people saying about LifeWave X39? Here's a short little video clip of some testimonials I want to play for you.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
big thank you to Lifeway for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifeway daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work. Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Okay. Well, because of those kind of results, I'm proud to say we have hundreds and thousands of health practitioners and doctors, using our products. And we're very blessed to have 2 of those health practitioners online with us here today. And I'd like to invite Michelle and Dr. Pam to join us, please. And I'm going to turn this next part of the call over to you.
Thank you so much, Gregory. Don't we all still get excited with that presentation? Doesn't matter how many times we've seen it. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here, and welcome to all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to join us tonight. And it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Pam Lewin. And Dr. Pam has been a practicing physician for 55 years. I know, she doesn't look like it. And she told me on the phone today that she celebrated her 80th birthday in August. And I'm like, no way. This is what you get, you guys. We're really doing the reverse aging. You look lovely tonight, Dr. Pam. Welcome.
Well, I may tell you that I had a little mishap with my computer, and I'm not on my usual computer. I think I'm looking a little pale, but never mind. This is just for because I'm on a different computer. I don't know how to function.
And for those of you who are curious about Dr. Pam's lovely accent, Dr. Pam is from Jamaica, and that's where she received her medical training. And she is now in Ocala, Florida, which is north central Florida. And yes, Dr. Pam has been using the patches for about 4 years. And she's also one of the doctors on our Sunday night doc talks on ConnieZoom.com. So some of you may recognize her from there. Right. So Dr. Pam, we're going to dive right in. Tell me, why would a physician trained in allopathic medicine, as you were, why would you want to use this technology with your patients?
It's brilliant. Basically, I have been, as you know, I've been involved in medication in what they call healthcare for all these decades. But more and more, I started realizing that what we're doing nowadays is neither health nor care. And we find ourselves prescribing more and more medication. I tell you, I may have prescribed a ton of medication for my patients over the years. And we're just stomping on symptoms. The patient comes to you, says one thing, you give them one medication, something else, one. We haven't really tried to get down to the root cause of what's ailing the patient. And so what I found is that more and more, I was getting away from what I really, really wanted to do, was to make things right for the body so that it could do what it knows best to do, and that is heal itself. Because I've always been a holistic practitioner, and I studied public health at first. The whole community then was my patient, but I've always wanted to get down to the underlying cause of these problems. So I started to do this, and I realized that patients were telling me they felt better. And it really didn't matter what the diagnosis was, because we're talking about healing at the cellular level, protecting the cell from toxins, helping the cell to correct certain irregularities that are happening in there, rogue cells starting and things like that. And they were able to recover fully, but we can't say that we're treating anything with the patches. We're just helping the body by supporting it in doing what it knows best to do.
So this is a case where you can really say one size does fit all, right, doctor?
Right, right.
I mean, the patches can be used for anyone of any age. I do want to ask you real quick, are there any people that the patch wouldn't be good for?
The only caveat we would say is people who are actively getting like chemotherapy or who have recently had an organ transplant or something, because our patches activate your immune system. And we really wouldn't want them to have any kind of rejection effect. And so we'll say during the course of the treatment, don't use the patches, but you could go back to them after.
Right after. Beautiful. And how do you introduce this technology to your patients?
Well, usually I ask them if they're open to other therapies, alternative therapies. And many of my patients came to me because they knew that I was open to that sort of treatment. So they said, I am tired of taking medication. I don't want to take any shots. I don't want to spend a whole ton of money trying to get my treatment. So this fit perfectly into the thing. It was affordable. It was a breakthrough in technology, and it did what it did very well. It's not transdermal. It doesn't have any medication in the patch itself. What it does, it uses our body heat as the energy that activates the patch. And the patch has nanocrystals of salts and sugars and amino acids that are reflecting the heat that's coming from our bodies, the infrared light coming from our bodies. And we emit light that you can see with night vision goggles, as the video showed. And so because the patches, each individual patch reflects a certain wavelength of light. Each one is individual, each one is unique, and they all can be used at the same time. There's a concept called wallpapering, if you have to use more than one patch.
Yes.
But we stress X39, which is like the patch to rule them all. We are able to achieve more or less anything you want to just by using consistently 12 hours on, 12 hours off, making sure you hydrate yourself very well, make sure you get a little bit of exercise and sleep, 6 to 8 hours at night.
Good. Those are all very good rules of health, no matter what, whatever your age.
Yep.
So would you share with us how have the patches made a difference in your life specifically? Give us a story, and then in the life of someone that's close to you.
Well, I can tell you, for me, I play pickleball. And the
Oh,
other day, I love it. Dr. Dennis, the other day I smashed my finger. I hit it so hard with the paddle, it broke the skin. No, that was a hard hit. And I put an X39 and an Eon because it was throbbing on the tip of my finger. And by the time the next day, I realized that it had a little bit of blood under the skin, but all the little lines from your fingerprint were knitted back to. I took a magnifying glass and looked at it, and everything was completely in alignment the next day. And after that, there were about 2 more days and it was healed completely. So that was amazing to me. Then I've had one of these membranes over the part of your eye that you see carefully and sharply with in the last 4 years. And I've been using other patches and find that my vision has improved so dramatically that I can almost read without glasses on that eye. And I really couldn't do that before. I could hardly even see the big E. And then another thing was, again, with pickleball. Pickleball is a wonderful sport, but there are
I'm gonna have to pick that up. I keep hearing about it. I need to try it.
Oh, it's really wonderful. I love it. I hit myself again with the paddle, and I had a big old hematoma, a collection of blood on the skin, and a bruise. It was about yay big. But put Aeon and X39, I actually put some energy patches as well. And the bruise went away. It didn't go through all the colors and the changes. It just kind of just lightened and disappeared, which I liked a lot. And my husband has blood pressure problems. He's not particularly a proponent of it, but I've been helping him by putting them under the pillow, because the patches will work if they're at least 3 to 4 inches away from your body, or up to 3 to 4 inches away. or on the skin. So if you have any problem with the patch, with the adhesive or anything, you don't actually have to have it on you. You can put it in, in your clothing, in your pocket, and so on. His blood pressure came low. He came to me one day and said, I don't feel so well. I said, what's going on? My blood pressure is too low. Of course, he is a very allopathic doctor. He likes to take his medication. So I'm saying, okay now. So what are we going to do here? Are you going to keep taking the medicine? He cut back the medication, which was kind of
Had to cut back.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And that was putting it under his pillow. You do that every night, Dr. Pam? Okay, we won't spread this. Nobody spread this to her husband, okay? We got to keep this going.
But I'm after the results. I'm not so much trying to be overpowering or that kind of way, but I just want to get the results. I want to invite him to enjoy the results that I am achieving with the patches myself.
You bring up a good point, because I have a couple of brand partners who they did have to go back to their physician and have their blood pressure medicated. One woman was on either 2 or 3 medications. The doctor took her off one of them altogether, and then the other 1 or 2, she had to reduce the level. So that's important for people to know, right? If you are on medications and you're having some symptoms that are not comfortable, good time to go see your physician and see if those meds need to be reduced.
We're not going to tell you can take off your medication, but if you do notice that things are normalizing, then just be reasonable and say, maybe we could try it a little bit of adjustment here.
Yes, yes. So one more question, Dr. Pam. A lot of people are looking for energy, right? I mean, how many people do we know that are just exhausted? They're just worn out, stressed out. So if the X39 helps with energy levels, which we heard in the presentation that Gregory shared, and that's been many of our experience, how is that different from the energy drinks that are so popular today? They're just big sellers.
Right. In the convenience stores, you mean those little bottles with the 5
Yes, Monster and Red Bull.
Yes. Those are loaded with caffeine. And I have in the past looked up, it has about 500 milligrams of caffeine in there compared to about 150 in your normal morning Joe.
In a normal coffee.
So that's like 3 to 4 times as much. So you're kind of like this, you get the jitters and you're under stress rather than getting energy. You may interpret it as energy because you feel, more alert and everything, but it is very stressful. Your heart rate goes up. You can get dehydrated because caffeine dehydrates you, so you have to be careful. You need to drink a lot of water when you're doing that. You become anxious. Anxiety is one of the things, even insomnia, you're not able to sleep. You can get digestive issues. You can get headaches, your heartbeat goes up, your heart rate goes up. And one of the things that can occur when you've been using these drinks over a long period of time is that your adrenal glands, which they're forcing to make out all this cortisol and thing from the effect of the caffeine, depletes itself and you get adrenal fatigue. And that is even worse than not having any energy before, because this one can actually kill you. And so you want to be careful and plus addiction. You can get addicted to these drinks, the Monster and the Red Bull and the Mountain Dew and all of that,
Yes.
So be careful about being addicted to caffeine. You really want to take it in moderation. Anything in moderation may not be bad for you, but I think that the difference between that kind of stress and the energy that comes from our patches is that our patches actually reset your genes to a younger, healthier state. Now think about any young mammal. Look at a little baby kid, a goat or a human kid out there, or a kitten or a puppy. They are all energy, right? Bouncing around, getting into trouble, doing all kinds of things. And they're just full of energy. So if some people say, oh, I wish I could bottle that energy and sell it or drink it or something. So the energy that you get from the patch is the real McCoy. It comes from the metabolism of the cells under the stimulus that this patch does. Sends a signal to your brain, and the brain then sends out these the anti-stress materials to your heart and to your muscles and the rest of your body to kind of calm you down rather than hype you up. You know, so
Right.
it's the total opposite. It makes you function like you were young again, rather than, and that kind of energy, rather than stressing you out.
Beautiful. That's what we all need, right? We want
Mhm.
that good, consistent energy and also that sense of calm.
That's correct. And help
Beautiful,
you sleep
beautiful.
too, because some people actually say they use their X39 at night because it makes them sleep so well. So,
Mhm.
you know,
I've
either
heard
day
that.
or night, we can use them.
Beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to finish with, Dr. Pam, before we bring Gregory back, or do you feel complete?
Well, as we know, there are other patches. X39 and X49 are, they call them the performance duo. And the X39 upregulates a peptide. And many people know about peptides, GHK copper peptide. That's what does the trick. It does all the healing and the things that the patches do and the stem cell. And X49 helps with brain, heart, and muscles. And so, and even bone density, it improves your bone density as well. So
Yes,
if
yes.
we started out with that duo, you almost can't go wrong. You
You
know,
can't go wrong.
can get to without with the particular indication that you might have for using them. But consistency is the most important thing. You really need to keep on using these patches, because if not, then you're going to just go back to aging like you were before.
Yes.
Aging really is the underlying problem.
Yes. Yes. So when people ask me, how long do I have to use this patch? I say, well, for me, it's going to be the rest of my life. I want to keep getting younger, healthier, more vibrant, right? And I know you too, Dr. Pam.
Exactly. Just as long as you don't want to continue to age like you were aging before.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Michelle, Dr. Pam, thank you. That was wonderful, and I hope everyone plugging in tonight enjoyed all the wisdom and knowledge coming forth here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I'm going to share my screen again real quick. So, and we're going to move on and talk about some of the results of this life-altering technology. And recently, according to the Direct Selling News, which is the premier business journal in our industry, LifeWave was noted as #1 in sales. And that's really been driven by the X39, which still remains to be 50 to 60% of our total global sales of over $400 million a year. Look what's happened since 2018 and 2019, where X39 was released to the market. We've grown over 20x in these last 5 years. So LifeWave, there is a business opportunity here because these products do everything but walk and talk, and they're looking for people like us to do that with them. It's a great plan B in the gig economy, and we need help to get the word out on our patented exclusive products, and there is no competition. We have simple, duplicatable success systems. We have free websites, training, and support, a very low cost of entry, and the satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives and in their health. We have a very simple and generous compensation plan that generously pays out over 50% of the sales to our brand partners in 5 ways: through customer bonuses, product introduction bonuses, binary and cycle bonuses, and matching bonuses, along with wonderful trips, contests, and special bonuses. So if you're thinking about getting started, there's 3 ways to get started. Number 1, you can start as a retail customer, which is a good way to get started with X39. And for only $149.95 for a 1-month supply, you too can start turning back your biological clock, decreasing your pain, reducing inflammation, increasing, wound healing, energy, vitality, mental clarity, so many of these wonderful benefits. Now, a better way to get started would become a preferred customer, and for only $99.95, you can buy a 1-month supply. So you actually save 33%. That's a $50 savings by joining our monthly auto subscription program. The good news is there's no long-term commitment required. You can quit at any time, but like Michelle said, and like Robin, my wife, and I feel, we're going to be using these products for the rest of our life because we love the idea of slowing down and actually putting the brakes on the aging process and turning up the healing process. All of this comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. And the best way to get started is to become a brand partner. You get paid for sharing. You can earn part-time or full-time income. We have a generous personal and team rewards. You can get paid weekly. And we actually have 3 brand partner starter kits available for you to choose from. And all this comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So for Robin and I, LifeWave's been an absolute answer to a prayer. Every day we hear miracle stories. Every day we are enhancing and changing lives. And every day we're enjoying the blessings of health, vitality, lifestyle, community, and financial freedom that LifeWave has provided us and so many other people around the world. So the next step, let me just say thank you and invite you to get back to the person that invited you to get your questions answered. I suggest you commit to trying X39 with our 30-day risk-free guarantee. You've got nothing to lose and your health to gain. And you too can begin enjoying enhanced quality of life, maybe changing the trajectory of your aging and maybe your finances too, by sharing the good news about LifeWave X39 and joining our global wellness community. So that being said, I want to bring this call to a conclusion, welcome you to the power of the patch, and please get back with the person who invited you so you too can begin enjoying all these wonderful benefits. Thanks very much, everyone. Beautiful. Bye-bye.